Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. My name is Dr. Asha Patil from SNDT Women's University, Mumbai. Today we are going to see details about use of teaching aids, that is conventional. Conventional method is a technique that allows learners to explore realistic situations by interacting with other people in a managed way in order to develop experience and trial different strategies in a supported environment. Depending on the intention of the activity, participants might be playing a role similar to their own, maybe their likely one in the future, or they could play the opposite part of the conversation or interaction. The conventional method of the study is to gain a comprehensive understanding of the learners. Several factors were compared to determine from this method, such as learners' satisfaction, peer group relationships, learners' self-motivation, learners and resource support, and the conventional method of the study to apply a mixed methods design using both quantitative and qualitative approaches, both descriptive and comparative in design. Conventional method includes participatory methods such as group discussion, debate, subgroups, buzz groups, snowball sessions, introductions to each other with peer teachers, demonstrations, role play, learning games, quiz, group learning, simulations and dramas. Likewise, posters, charts, flashcards, photos or pictures and puppets are some of the conventional teaching aids that can be used in the teaching learning process. Even though we are living in 21st century, even though we are having lot of technological innovations, still the conventional teaching aids have high proportionate for self-assessment and more learning outcome. The learning objectives of this module include the learners explain various conventional teaching aids. He or she selects the appropriate teaching aids to support the learning process. Equips real feeling of learning process together and appropriate teaching aids, uses conventional aids for acquiring and retention of skills. Let us see selective teaching aids that can be used in teaching learning process. The first one is Blackboard. Blackboard is one of the old and most used teaching aid. Even though the material used for the blackboard is changed from the ordinary wood to the most sophisticated plastic, fiber and glass materials, but basic function of the board remains the same. The blackboard has been the most handy and useful to the instructor, to the adult education teacher in the adult education classes. They have to use the white chalk or along with color pieces to emphasize the important point to be highlighted to the learners. It is easily available even in tribal areas. Compared to other teaching aids, this is less expensive. Roller boards are easy to carry anywhere. Poster is another conventional teaching aid. Poster is bold and symbolic representation of single idea. The message is given through visual using very limited words as possible. The balance between the visuals and the word is such that a person looking at a poster can get the message in a fleeting glance. The expected message is to be conveyed through posters. Discussions may also be held based on posters that can be used to give information, create awareness and motivate learners to think or to give special instructions. While using poster as a teaching learning material, one has to remember various factors. They include the content should be eye-catching. An appropriate slogan or sentence may be used. Maintain a balance between the visuals and the letters so that the message is easily understood. Use harmonious colors to make the poster attractive. Effectiveness of poster lies in simplicity of the letter and visuals. Actually, the adult education teacher, that is Prerak or volunteer teachers, they themselves can prepare posters, of course with the participation of learners also. The next conventional method used in the adult education center is charts. Like posters, a chart depends heavily on visuals, words and numbers. While the posters give us a message in a fleeting glance, a chart gives detailed information. The chart should be hung at a literacy center where there is enough light and from where people can be able to see and read it clearly. While preparing charts, one has to remember that there should be a connection between the words and the visuals in order to make the chart meaningful. Pay special attention to the size and shape of the words, visuals and space to the presentation. The title must always be bold while the subject matter is in similar size. Colors can be used to present different points and to make it attractive. A margin of approximately 2 centimeters should be left on all four sides. Try to use limited words. Use of more visuals would be more effective. Charts can be prepared in local dialects as well as. The instructor can make use of local themes and prepare charts as per their needs and requirements. The next conventional method is flashcards. A set of 8 to 12 cards measuring 20 cm by 30 cm are called flashcards. Visuals are made on these in a sequence in such a way that when shown one after another, these cards convey the message and tell a story. The visuals on the flashcards help to make the presentation more interesting. They attract the attention of the audience due to an element of surprise and expectations. The sets should be prepared in such a way that they create curiosity about what will happen next, especially if the message is told in a story form. In place of sketches, photos can also be used. Behind the flashcard, the text is written for the convenience of the person using it. While preparing flashcards, one has to remember arrange the flashcards in a proper sequence. Stand in a position where the visuals are visible to the audience. Hold all the cards on the left hand resting against the chest with the visuals facing towards the audience. While the visuals is being shown, describe the message or story related to it. Before talking about the next visual, remove the preceding flashcard and put it on the back side. Continue showing the visuals till the sequence is complete. If the message is in the story form, attention should also be given to voice modulation. This makes the story more interesting and dramatic. After telling a story, a discussion should follow the main points. These are very important points when one is using flashcard in the classroom. In adult classes, you can organize discussion after displaying the flashcards. The next conventional aid is flip charts. It is a lot of information that has to be given in more than one chart. Okay? If charts are there and made on the same topic, it should be in a sequence, that is called flip charts. They are often tied on a top like a calendar. The procedure for making them is the same as that of charts. After collecting all the information that is to be given, it is divided into 4, 5 or more parts and a chart made for each part. Example for the subject matter, that is on HIV/AIDS, or subtopics can be made like what does HIV or AIDS stands for, how does it spread, how does it not spread, that is misconceptions about HIV and AIDS, how to prevent HIV, testing for HIV, why focus only on women, how women are vulnerable for HIV. All these points should be included in the chart form. While preparing a flip charts, some points one has to remember, that is the charts should explain cause as well as effects of that particular event or a situation. Flip charts are very effective to make learners understand the relationship between concepts and facts. Like posters and charts, flip charts can also be developed by the instructors or adult education teachers on various themes. One can prepare charts on why the drought situation is there in the village and what are the remedies. One can prepare the problems of drinking water and how one can have a solution on this. So, on various problem based situations one can prepare flip charts. The next teaching aid is photos and pictures. Photos and pictures are images, figures of a person or a place or a situation which can be used to supplement and enhance learning. Photos can be used to make the learners know about the eminent and famous personalities and their contribution. Pictures simply the abstractions and help to create a maintain interest among the learners. Photos and pictures enable the instructors to share facts and stories about various historical monuments and places which they have not yet visited. For example, on the Independence Day, one can discuss on different personalities, those who have involved in freedom struggle. While using this teaching aid, the instructor has to remember various points. They include pictures collected of a social or historical importance can be from old magazines or from different sources. Pictures can be given suitable titles and displayed on special occasions to show the work done by the eminent personalities. The next conventional aid is maybe maps or atlas, or you can say globe. Teaching geography becomes realistic when the instructor uses wall maps, atlas and globes to make the learners understand and know various geographical concepts and to know the various places in the state and country. Similarly, actual visits to direct nearby places can also be organized to give life experiences to the learners to learn various things and it serves as a natural teaching aid. The next teaching aid is cartoons. Cartoons are humorous, which are also satirical drawings published in newspapers or magazines. Cartoons are entertaining and often funny. Little animations are made by the artists and the producers. Cartoons can provide a good deal of interest. It can be used for conveying information to the learners belonging to diversified age groups. It can be used to convey current information and new concepts in an interesting manner. Cartoons can also be drawn by the instructor, teachers or by the learners as per the issues they want to teach and discuss in the learning situations. While preparing cartoons, one has to remember that the cartoons you can collect it from newspapers or magazines can be used to initiate the discussions on various issues. The next conventional method is story cards. Short stories printed on the cards along with the pictures attracts the learners in the center. Stories are to be narrative and can convey the exact situations or events vividly describing its details, what happened to whom, how, why and in what situation. Characteristics in the stories Characters in the stories convey useful message indirectly and very effectively. It fires up imagination and provides enjoyment. The adult education teacher can use stories for teaching more interestingly, lively and meaningfully. Stories break monotony and raise curiosity of the learners. Motivational stories inspire learners to learn. Stories related to historical characteristics and events provide information and build knowledge. Usually, short stories will focus only on one incident that has a single plot, single setting and a limited number of characters. It covers a short period. While narrating a story, we have to remember that select a story before going to the adult education center. Prepare the story cards if possible. Teacher should keep in mind the interest of the learners and their comprehensive level. Story cards reading in the adult education center can be made regular activity of the center. The literacy skills of learners can be enhanced through reading different stories in the class. Stories can initiate dialogue and debate on issues raised in the story. The next conventional method is puppets. Puppet shows have been a source of entertainment since ancient times. Puppet shows are always accompanied by loud music and songs. Therefore, interest is created amongst the young people as well as the elderly people. Through the puppets, messages can be communicated indirectly. They can be used to create awareness in the people or to motivate them to adopt certain practices. There are several types of puppets. A finger puppet is small, but paper bag, stick and glow puppets are bigger in size. The rod puppets are sometimes as big as a human being. Paper bag puppets can be made by taking a bag and very strong bag and sketching on one side various characters of the story. Each bag has one side opening which can be used by the puppet makers. Stick puppets are made by sketching the characters on the story on a thick paper and pasting long stick behind it. The bottom of the stick is held to manipulate the puppets. Glow puppet consists of a head, loose glow like body which fits over the puppeteer's hand. This type of puppet has great flexibility as compared to other puppets. String puppets require a lot of skills in manipulating them. A special stage is required for the puppet show, as the person who is moving the puppets needs to hide behind it. If such a stage is not available, a cot can be used to use it as a stage. People playing the musical instruments could sit by the side of the cot. While using puppets in the classrooms, the instructor should remember that the puppet show or narration must be done in a local language. One or two songs based on the local tunes familiar to the audience can be included. The theme should be conveyed to the audience before the commencement of the show, so that the audience is mentally prepared. The show should not be too long to retain interest of the audience. At the end of the show, some discussion based on the show may be carried out. To conclude, I would like to say that these are some of the conventional teaching aids which can be used in adult education classes. Most of the teaching aids can be used by the learners on their own with the help of instructor or the teacher. Besides, these teaching aids will attract the learners and also ensure to enhance their learning. They will help in sustaining interest of the learners. Thus, these are the methods one can use to make teaching learning activity attractive. Thank you.